You've been arrested before?
Watch the moment a 92-year-old murderer is finally confronted by cops for his crime, more than 50 years later.
We have investigative material and therefore believe that Mr Hedley committed the rape and murder of a lady called Mrs Louisa Dunne, which occurred in June 1967 at Britannia Road in Bristol.
So linked forensically?
Yeah.
Why did you go through the upstairs window?
No comment.
Is it because you wanted to go into the bedroom?
No comment.
Okay. So, what has then made you come back out of that window and go in via a different window instead?
No comment.
Okay.
No comment.
You look a bit confused by that. Do you want to ask me something?
He said, no, and you often climbed up 2 windows at this and that people's house. No comment. A bit annoying question, you know. Yeah. No
Okay.
comment.
So, when police have attended the following day, they've noticed that the bedrooms upstairs have locks on them inside the corridor. So if you had entered via that upstairs window, you would have been trapped in the bedroom. Is that why you then came back out
No comment.
and went through a different window?
No comment.
Did this not happen? You can tell me if this is rubbish and it didn't happen.
No comment.
Okay. Because remember, this is your opportunity to give us your account. And if you didn't do this, this is your time to tell us.
No comment. I didn't. No comment.
You didn't.
No comment.
And on the upstairs window, when police attended the next day, there was a handprint or partial handprint found on the window. Obviously, you've had your handprints taken today while you've been in custody. When we compare those, do you think they're going to match?
No comment.
Okay. Could it be your handprint?
No comment.
Is there any legitimate reason why it might be your handprint?
No comment.
Because if you didn't do this, have you ever been there for any other reason that would explain why your handprint might be there?
No comment.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to talk about what happened next, okay? So once you've gone in, or somebody has gone in, we believe it to be you, through that window, Louisa has been attacked. Can you tell me about that?
No comment.
Where did you find her in the house?
No comment.
Or did she find you, maybe?
No comment.
Okay. How did she react to seeing you in the house?
No comment.
Did you have the impression you were welcome?
No comment.
Okay. Was there any conversation between you and Louisa?
No comment.
Okay. Was she expecting you?
No comment.
There were a number of people nearby who heard a scream in the early hours of the morning.
No comment.
Did Louisa scream?
No comment.
What made her scream?
No comment.
Can you tell me how Louisa died?
No comment.
Did she die as a result of your actions?
No comment.
And if so, what were your actions?
No comment.
Was it an accident?
No comment.
Ryland Headley was finally jailed today for a minimum of 20 years after cops finally linked him to the murder of Louisa Dunne in Bristol back in 1967. Here's the moment cops showed up at his address, clearly panicking the man who'd thought he'd gotten away with it.
Good morning. Could you open the door, please? Just like to speak with you. Could you open the door, please? Thank you very much.
Who are you?
I'll explain. I'm from the police.
You what?
I'm from the police.
What?
Good morning. Hello. I'm from the police.
What's here?
I'm from the police. My name's Naomi Main. I'm a detective. May I come in, please?
No. You can't come now. I'm just come now. Where you want to come in for?
I'll explain because it's a bit sensitive. So we'd like to come in and speak to you properly, please.
Eh?
May I come in to speak to you properly?
I mean, look, I've just got up. I'm an old man.
I'm sorry. It's quite early.
I'm very sick. Not good at all.
You're not well?
No.
Okay.
What do you want to? What is it about?
I'll tell you inside because we don't want other people hearing. So can we just come in and get you seated and have a chat? Thank you very much. Here's Mr. Headley, yes?
Eh?
Mr. Headley?
Yeah.
Ryland Headley, lovely. Thank you very much. This is my colleague Jo. We've just got a camera recording as well, just so you're aware.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm here today because I'm arresting you
Yeah.
on suspicion of the rape and murder
Yeah.
of Louisa Dunne, which happened in Bristol in June 1967.
Yeah.
The reason I'm arresting you
Yeah.
is because the police have investigative material that indicates you are responsible for that rape and murder of Mrs. Dunne,
Yeah.
which happened at Britannia Road in Easton, Bristol, June 1967.
Yeah.
You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention when questioned something that you later align in court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Yeah.
I need to do this.
Wait, what? Where all this come from? Where you get all this from?
We have investigative information, so we have material that suggests that it's yourself, and we need to basically arrest you and take you to the custody so that we can conduct an interview with you, so we can hear, your event and interview about it.
Into what?
Interview you about it and get your account.
Dunne's granddaughter, who lost her grandmother when she was 20, made a statement after the conviction.
The death of my grandmother, Louisa Dunne, has had a far-reaching impact throughout my family. I was just 20 years old when my grandmother died, and I am now almost the same age as she was when she was killed. I have only one memory of meeting my grandmother due to family circumstances. I was 14 at the time and I visited her in hospital. My mother told me that Louisa's house in Britannia Road was a place of social and political activity. My grandfather, Edwin Parker, was a member of the early Labour Party and he loved my grandmother dearly. Sadly, he died in 1945 and the social and political elements of my grandmother's life went with him. Louisa's brutal death had a big impact on my mother and her wider family. I don't think my mother ever recovered from it. The anxiety clouded the rest of her life. When people found out about the murder, including friends, they withdrew. There was a stigma attached to rape and murder in my experience, so I had rarely talked to anyone about this until now. Since Ryland Headley was charged, I've struggled emotionally in ways I did not anticipate. And it falls to me to speak for people who are no longer here. It saddens me deeply that all the people who knew and loved Louisa are not here to see that justice is done.
Thank you, everyone.
Cops said the murderer was convicted of other sexual offences and said there is every possibility there are crimes committed yet to be uncovered.
Ryland Headley has now been convicted of 3 rapes of elderly women within their own addresses, and in the case of Louisa Dunne, her murder as well. In 1977 and 78, when he was convicted, he admitted to a number of other burglary offences. I think there's every possibility that there are other offences out there over the 60s, 70s, however long the time period, which Mr. Hedley could be culpable for. We are working with colleagues across the country and other police forces and the National Crime Agency to try and understand and identify those potential further offences, and if possible, can we match him to them through any forensic techniques, etc. And if we are able to hopefully then get him brought before a court to face justice over those matters too.
Detective Inspector Dave Marchant revealed how police were able to crack the case.
DNA, as we understand it today, just didn't exist back then, and obviously with the palm print they had, that was the focus of their investigation back in 1967. But in 2024, in May, Joe Smith, the OIC, came to me with a list of the exhibits that were still held by police in relation to the rape and murder of Louisa Dunne, and that included the blue skirt that she was wearing at the time she was found on the 28th of June 1967. We also had an album of scene photographs that were taken at the time of the police investigation, and it was discussions between Joe, myself, and the forensic scientist that led me to authorise the submission of that skirt for forensic analysis, knowing that it had never been submitted for testing before, but knowing the mechanics of and the offences and the nature of them, we thought that maybe there's a chance there is some forensic material on that skirt that we could extract that would be usable for us, to progress the investigation.